Today's topic is going to improve your life.
Welcome to Washington America Show with international multimedia journalist, multidimensional, multifaceted artist and director of Human Rights Justice Council USA, Dr. Kashif Sohail.
Some terms are quite confusing. Metadata is one of them. Metadata is defined as the data providing information about one or more aspects of the data. Metadata is data about data. It is used to summarize basic information about data, which can make tracking and working with specific data easier. Some examples include means of the creation of the data. Your website metadata consists of a page title and meta description for every page. These provide search engines like Google with important information about the content and purpose of each individual page on your website and help them determine whether your website is relevant enough to display in search results.
In the context of web pages, metadata and meta tags can be used to refer to the title and description of a web page. They are referred to as the SEO title and SEO description, as they are important elements of search engine optimization efforts. Metadata for SEO and social media search engines can crawl a website and guess its general purpose based on these elements. Metadata enables webmasters to tell search engines what a page's title is, which says a lot about what search queries it may be relevant for. Metadata can refer to either type, the tagging system that defines a set of fields and its contents, or the contents of certain fields that act as descriptors for other resources.
Your website metadata consists of a page title and meta description for every page. These provide search engines like Google with important information about the content and purpose of each individual page on your website. They help them determine whether your website is relevant enough to display in search results. Best practices to write effective metadata. Keep it concise. Meta titles need to be short but sweet. Google typically displays the first 50 to 60 characters of a title tag. Include the focus keyword. Include a call to action. Match the title and description of your content. Make sure they're unique.
If you want to find out whether a given page is using meta tags, just right-click anywhere on the page and select View Page Source. A new tab will open in Chrome. In Firefox, it'll be a pop-up window. The part at the top, or head, of the page, is where the meta tags would be. Metadata summarizes basic information about data, making finding and working with particular instances of data easier. Metadata can be created manually to be more accurate, or automatically and contain more basic information.
The meta tag defines metadata about an HTML document. Metadata is data or information about data. Metadata will not be displayed on the page but is machine parsable. Metadata is used by browsers, like how to display content or reload the page, search engines, keywords, and other web services. A simple example of metadata for a document might include a collection of information like the author, file size, the date the document was created, and keywords to describe the document. Metadata for a music file might include the artist's name, the album, and the year it was released.
Metadata is data that describes other data. The prefix meta means an underlying definition or description. So, metadata describes whatever piece of data it's connected to, whether that data is video, a photograph, web pages, content, or spreadsheets. since metadata summarizes basic info about data such as type of asset, author, date created, usage, file size, and more. Metadata is crucial to the efficiency of information systems to classify and categorize data. Metadata information helps IT systems uncover what users are looking for.
It's important to note that organizations are inundated with structured and unstructured data, and they both need metadata. Structured data is easily organized and discovered through search engine algorithms, while unstructured data is the complete opposite. Email is an example of unstructured data. Most emails aren't easily categorized, because they rarely cover a single subject. Metadata summarizes basic information about data, making findings and working with particular instances of data easier. Metadata can be created manually to be more accurate, or automatically and contain more basic information.
Most business interactions are in the format of unstructured data, making sorting and defining the data a time-consuming and expensive proposition, but metadata can help. Metadata is a game changer in a big data world because it can give you a competitive advantage. Right now, it's often taken for granted or not prioritized. A good example of metadata is an image. It may comprise of metadata which specifies its size. The size may include side dimensions and units of measurements. The color aspect may also be depicted. This may entail contrast, colors used, and the extent of the colors. Metadata specifies the resolution of the image.
Many distinct types of metadata exist, including descriptive metadata, structural metadata, administrative metadata, reference metadata, and statistical metadata. Descriptive metadata is descriptive information about a resource. It is used for discovery and identification. It includes elements such as title, abstract, author, and keywords. Structural metadata is metadata about containers of data and indicates how compound objects are put together, for example, how pages are ordered to form chapters. It describes the types, versions, relationships, and other characteristics of digital materials.
Administrative metadata is information to help manage a resource, like a resource type, permissions, and when and how it was created. Reference metadata is information about the contents and quality of statistical data. Statistical metadata, also called process data, may describe processes that collect, process or produce statistical data. Libraries usually group books by subject and keep a catalog of the books. In that context, the metadata in the catalog includes various pieces of information including the author and the subject it is classified under. The index and table of contents of a book also present metadata.
Digital cameras allow people to take pictures. Here the data is the picture taken, and the metadata is information about the picture taken, like when, the date and time, photographic exposure, focal length, and other technical details about how the camera made the picture. Some cameras, especially smartphones, have GPS and can include the location in the metadata. Metadata provides context, the who, what, where, why, when that helps you to discover and interact with information. Metadata is a mechanism for describing data or content to enhance its usefulness.
It is a key component to both data and content management, with established practices in different domains such as computer science, data warehousing, and particularly in libraries. In a library and digital collection context, Metadata is a critical information product that connects users to digital content, enabling not only the findability of content within different search environments but also facilitating contextual user interface or interaction and even long-term data preservation capabilities.
A simple example of metadata for a document might include a collection of information like the author, file size, the date the document was created, and keywords to describe the document. Metadata for a music file might include the artist's name, the album, and the year it was released. Metadata is created and collected because it enables and improves the use of that data. Good metadata can make up for human fallibilities. Metadata ensures that we will be able to find data, use data, and preserve and reuse data in the future. Metadata makes it much easier to find relevant data.
Title tags and meta descriptions are bits of HTML code in the header of a web page. They help search engines understand the content on a page. A page's title tag and meta description are usually shown whenever that page appears in search engine results. The main difference between data and metadata is that data is simply the content that can provide a description, measurement, or even a report on anything relative to an enterprise's data assets. On the other hand, metadata describes the relevant information on said data, giving them more context for data users.
Please share this video, subscribe to our channel.